The WCA home has private rooms for seniors who need assisted living. We are a nonprofit home founded 125 years ago for women, now seeking approval for men. Our mission has always been top-notch assisted living. Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Doc Hamels, and I'm live this week. Last week, we were pre-taped because I had to be up in Toronto for a Rotary function. Well, I got to tell you something, folks. If you have a bucket list for crazy things to do, driving in Toronto by yourself with a GPS with snow and rain and stuff slushing at you, that's something to put on your list, because imagine this, you're driving, 60 miles an hour, and GPS says bear to the left, so you bear to the left. Mind you, in 6 lanes of traffic, so you bear to the left. Now, how far left should you go? I'm not sure. Bear to the left. So 1 mile, bear to the left. So I go to the left, the next thing I know, now bear to the right in 1 mile. Now you got to work your way back across the traffic into the right side. It was a little hectic, to say the least. My wife is an awesome co-pilot, and she just says, go here, go there, whatever. And me and the GPS we were struggling, but I made it back. But folks in Toronto were very gracious, and they let me in. They probably saw this poor American guy trying to find his way and felt bad for me. But anyways, Toronto's a beautiful city. Well, we're getting there, folks. It looks like we're close to spring. I don't know. The weather's supposed to warm up today. I don't know how high it's supposed to go, but it was 10 degrees at my house this morning, 6 yesterday, and I'm thinking, hey, we're never going to get out of this cold thing. But it's supposed to be like in the 50s tomorrow and 40s throughout the week and more 50s later in the week. So I think we've turned the corner, and that's awesome. Can't wait. Yeah, I've said that before. That's right. We had spring, about a month ago in the middle of whatever it was, January, February. Anyways, well, right off the bat, good morning, everybody, officially, and good afternoon to our listeners on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people. I want to thank you for joining us, and we have a very interesting show, especially for folks at either end of the county, but also we want to include you in the middle because you'll be interested in this, but we're going to be talking about ends of the county because of the facilities that we're going to be talking about, but it'll be an offering to everybody in the county. I know I'm sounding a little oblique this morning, but I'm doing it on purpose. Anyways, I'm glad you could join us. And always, if you can't follow the rest of the show, you can always join us at 2 and 8 every day throughout the week. Also, we're on YouTube and Facebook, and we always post all kinds of good things out there. Well, got a lot of things to talk about, so let's see, where should I start? Well, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and this is the crazy season for me. As many of you know, I'm a musician, but we also have a specialty where we do Celtic music. I already turned down like 3 or 4 jobs because they said, oh, what are you doing on the 17th? Or what are you doing on the 16th? I go, like, we're booked. So I just want to do a quick shout out if anybody wants to join us tomorrow from 2 to 5. We're going to be in Onoville at the Horseshoe Inn. They're doing a fundraiser over there for the St. Mary's Cemetery in Guernsey Hollow. And that's always a lot of fun, but we're going to be doing Irish stuff. We're going to see our friends at LSS on Friday from 2 to 3 o'clock. We're going to be doing an Irish program there, so I'll say hi to folks over there. I know they watch the show from time to time. And then later on in the day, we're going to be at the Wine Cellar from 6 to 9. Irish music again, and doing some of our other music. Then a new place I've never been to before. This will be Saturday, the 16th. We're going to be at the Big Inlet Brewery just down the road from 6 to 9, playing Irish music. The next day, I hope I'll be standing by then, Lakewood Rod and Gun Club for those of you that participate there and members from 1 to 4. And then later on the week, I do a shout out to all the guys and gals over at the Mayville Seniors. I'll be playing there on the 21st at noon. I'm doing that one solo. And then I got another cool gig. The 24th, I'll be playing right here in Mayville from 3 to 5 for the Maple Sugar party that they have every year. So, whoo! I think that's 8 gigs in 7 days. So I'm going to be a busy boy. Hopefully I can be able to talk on the 16th for the show. So lots of things going on. We got a whole crew of announcements today, and you're doing it right. You're doing exactly what I've asked you to do over the years, is if you have an event, send it to us. It's free of charge. We're happy to share all this with you. If you have a poster that goes with it, glad to pop it up. Just email it to us. Let's get that information up, Jeff, where they can send it. There you go. And if you happen to know where I am on Facebook, you can find my email address and you can shoot it over that way too. Happy to do it. And always remember too that this is a live show Saturday mornings from 9 to 10, and you can call us at 753-5225. Okay? Also, last thing I want to say before I go to my announcements, I see my last note here. A special thank you to Senator Kathy Young. You saw her in the opening credits there, my underwriters. Kathy has been a huge supporter of the show here since day one. She was a supporter of the senior report with Reed Powers for a number of years as well, from the time she was an assemblywoman to the time she was a state senator. Kathy was scheduled to be on my show in April, and I'm not sure if she's going to come on board again. I'm trying to twist her arm to come and at least do a farewell show with me and then talk a little bit about what her future plans are with her new job over at Cornell. We'll see, to be determined. But anyways, Kathy has been extremely supportive in many of the communities I've been involved with, especially in Ripley. She helped get a playground there. She worked with the veterans group. She's been involved with Westfield, that I spent a lot of time out there, and just all over the place. I mean, she's one of the people that was everywhere all the time, and I don't know how she did it. And we used to laugh about it, how many miles she would put on every year. I think she said something to the tune of like 60,000 miles. For our 200th show, if you remember, she was supposed to be here, couldn't make it here. And she said, no worry. I said, no worry. She called in, we popped up her picture, and I thought she was at home. That was the crazy part. And I said, you need to turn the TV down because there's noise in the background. She goes, no, I'm not at home. I'm at JFK Airport. She did the whole show from the airport. I mean, just a quality person. Now, you know, maybe somebody has a bone to pick with her, I don't know, but for me personally and professionally, she's always been aces with me, and just a really solid individual. And Kathy, if you ever see this, I want to thank you for all your support, not only to the show, but to our communities. Okay, so with that, I want to talk to you about events that are going on in the next month or so. Some of them are mark your calendar kinds of things, but there is a lot of things going on here. They gave me the paper today and they had, 13 pages thereabouts. I'm going to trim back a few of them, but we'll try to focus on as many as we can. All right, ready, Jeff? Here we go. The 5th annual art market and auction is today, March 9th at Infinity in Jamestown, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Arts Cafe at Infinity over on 2nd Street. This event will be a mid-campaign celebration to Infinity's Step Up for the Arts annual campaign event. The art market will feature work for sale from an eclectic variety of talented local artists, an art auction of locally made art. The auction proceeds, of course, go to benefit Infinity. An array of fun, family, and arts-based activities, including an Infinity student art show. Infinity's art market and auction features 20 or more artists this year and is a great way to show support for Chautauqua County's visual arts community. This year's art auction will feature a private collection of pottery and ceramic art created by the late Douglas Hay, as well as pieces from local artists. Douglas's wife, Carol Hay, generously donated these auction items to Infinity for the art market and auction event. All proceeds from the auction will support, of course, music and arts education experiences for young people at the Infinity Center. Okay. If you have any questions about the auction and show today, you can give them a call, 664-0991. Again, that is taking place today, March 9th. Now, they have another slide. They get it. They understand free advertising. Okay, Infinity in Performing Arts welcomes 2 new instructors. Okay, we got Jim Bloomquist, who's a sound, audio, and digital recording and production individual, and Vince Luizo, who's an artist, and they've joined the Infinity team. Jim is offering private and group instruction in sound, audio, and digital production, and Vince is offering private art lessons. All right, now let's see here. Jim was born and raised in Jamestown. He began his career as a DJ playing at clubs and events throughout western New York and northern Pennsylvania. This eventually led to an interest in production and recording fields, primarily within the hip-hop and R&B genres. In 1998, he was hired as a tour DJ musical support specialist and worked closely with various hip-hop and R&B recording artists from Interscope, Motown, Island, Def Jam, and Sony Records. Very impressive. For the next 4 years, Jim was fortunate enough to tour the world, performing in such places as Germany, Africa, Jamaica, and the Bahamas, as well as many locations in the U.S. and Canada. Now, Jim is proficient with various digital audio workstations such as Avid Pro Tools, Apple Logic, and most recently Ableton Live, which he uses for all current productions. He enjoys teaching the production techniques, and he's learned throughout the years, as well as sharing his knowledge of hip-hop history. Now, Vince, on the other hand, is Vince the Tree Guy, is a certified arborist, new word for me, a chainsaw carver and longtime friend of Infinity and the Jamestown community. An active event partner and fundraiser, Vince and company at Sherwood Arts have raised thousands of dollars for local charities and community organizations through events and chainsaw carving raffles since 2017. Vince is a partner at Tactical Tree Solutions, your friendly neighborhood tree guys, and uses the byproduct, I think that was an ad, byproduct of trees removed to create one-of-a-kind made-to-order chainsaw carvings. Vince incorporates his love of nature into subjects of his creations, enjoys working with various media, including oil and acrylic, charcoal, and incorporates fundamentals such as color theory, composition, figure, and gesture, and 3D sculpture into his classes and lessons at Infinity. Vince's unique background and approach creates an exciting environment for students where whimsy and creativity are the driving factors for student projects. Okay, so cool stuff going on at Infinity. They have just a warehouse of great instructors in all different backgrounds. So how cool is that? Okay, so we're going to leave them and we're going to go to Westfield. I want you to know that the Westfield Memorial Hospital Auxiliary is having a chicken and biscuit dinner 2 days from now, on Monday, March 11th, from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church, Porter Street in Westfield. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $5 for children under 10, and takeout is available. And of course, the auxiliary does awesome work for the Westfield Memorial Hospital, and everybody I've talked to said this is excellent, a great deal, and so please support them. All right, moving along, let's go to Jamestown. Back to Jamestown. This is sort of just for your information. On March 14th, 850 students will gather at JCC's Physical Education Complex to compete in events using their STEM knowledge and skills. Local manufacturers will be in attendance at the career fair to inspire and educate the next generation workforce. County Executive George Borello will be kicking off the day's events at JCC, and the JCC's president will be closing. Both will speak to the importance of manufacturing in the Chautauqua County region. Now, I'll put myself on the limb here. STEM stands for science, technology, electronics, I think, and math. Engineering. Well, I was close. Thank you. Thursday, March 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sounds like a lot of fun. That's over at JCC's complex at 525 Faulkner Street. For more information, this is a hard one. didywy.com/STEM Wars 2019 if you want more information. Okay, so let's go on. Next slide. We're going to come back right up here to Mayville. Chautauqua Lake Child Care Center Scholarship Fund. They want you to join in the fund. Nope, not that one. Number 19, Jeff. This is the for Chautauqua Lake Child Care. Okay. Tickets are $20. The music's going to be supplied, there we go, by the band For the People, formerly known as TPT. They include snacks, 3 wine tastings, and there's going to be prizes and all kinds of good fun things. And it's March 16th at 21 Bricks, right there in Portland, Westfield, right on the edge there. Great venue, great place. Lots of stuff going on this coming weekend for St. Patty's Day. Okay, now Lakeshore Center for the Arts over in Westfield. We're bouncing all over the county here. They're having the Chautauqua Chamber Singers under the direction of Rebecca Ryan and accompanist Charles Johnson, as well as Sue Tilson and the Bunny Luck Fiddlers on March 16th, Saturday at 4 p.m. It's going to be at the First Presbyterian Church in Westfield, and there's no admission. And again, it'll also be held, wait a minute, make sure I get this right. That's going to be on the 16th in Westfield. Then on the 17th, it's going to be at the Presbyterian Church in Jamestown. And both are free and both at 4 p.m. Okay? All right, now let's go to the next one. Now we're going back to Jamestown. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day in downtown Jamestown. What's going on? Once again, this year's the Jamestown Community Chamber will join with many partners to turn the river green for St. Patty's Day. This fun community celebration will take place along the Riverwalk in Brooklyn Square. Everyone is welcome to attend from 10:30 to noon. The river will be turned green at 11 a.m. magically. The Jamestown Community Chamber strongly encourages local businesses to participate by decorating storefronts for the day and by offering holiday special dining options, pre or post events, and so forth. For more information, give Joanna Dahlbeck at the Jamestown Chamber Center for more information. Okay. Moving along. I think I got this in the right order. Yep. Want you to know this is National Girl Scout Week from March 10th to the 16th. It's time to celebrate Girl Scouts as groundbreakers, big thinkers, and role models. March 12th marks Girl Scouts' birthday at 107 years strong. Woo-wee. Girl Scouts continue to offer the best year all-round, girl-led leadership and development experiences for girls in the world. So they're just promoting all kinds of different things throughout the week, and they are recruiting young ladies for their programs, and they got a full schedule for the week. March 10th is Girl Scout Sunday. The 11th is Girl Scouting Year-Round Virtual Join Event Kickoff. The 12th is Girl Scout Birthday. The 13th is Cookie Power, of course. The March 14th, Girl Scout High Awards and Community Service. The 15th, Camp and Outdoor Focus. And then the 16th will be the Girl Scout Sabbath. and so forth. So they're doing a lot of different things promoting Girl Scout Week. And let's see. Okay, this was a new one. Okay, this is sort of a mark your calendar kind of one. Battle of the Businesses. United Way of Northern Chautauqua County invites you to the Battle of the Businesses. Are you a business, professional group, labor organization, or company in Northern Chautauqua County? They're excited to announce that DK Laser will be hosting a special business battle tournament throughout the month of April to benefit the United Way of Northern Chautauqua County. Put together your team, get some practice, get ready to see who takes home the trophy in a couple of short months. If you're interested, give them a call at United Way of Northern Chautauqua County at 366-5424. Sounds like fun. All right, let's go to Ripley. This is definitely a mark your calendar because this is the Ripley Veterans Roll of Honor fundraiser, which is basically a golf tournament. And this is going to be held on the 17th of September. But they're looking for folks to sponsor holes. They're looking for teams to sign up. 40 golfers who sign up. Let's see, hang on a minute. Oh, it's open to golfers. 40 golfers. This is a little chunked up on me. They're looking for the sponsors, $50 a hole to sponsor. And I'm proud to say Chautauqua Sunrise is going to sponsor one of those holes. And let's see. I'm trying to think anything else you should need to know here. If you want more information, give them a call at Lakeside Golf Course at 736-3967. You give Dave Bauer a call at 969-008. And or Bob McIntosh, 814-440-9406. A lot of these announcements are sort of like in a paragraph form, like for the newspaper, and I've got to kind of trim it back a bit, so we shorten it for you folks. Okay, so that's coming up. We'll be talking more about that September 7th. Whew. All right, let's see. March 18th, real quick. Rolling Hills Radio with Ken Harley is having their 86th episode at Shawbucks. They've got they got a bunch of folks coming in. Rachel Kilgore, songwriter and performing artist. And you've got at 6:30 at Shawbucks on March 18th. I'm just trying to see what the ticket prices are for that. Doesn't say. Okay. Usually they're like $15. There it is. I found it. $15, and they have a happy hour from 5:30 to 6:15 and so forth. So Rachel Kilgore is a Minnesota-born, Boston-based songwriter and performing artist, and she's a 2015 grand prize winner of the esteemed International New Song Music Performing and Songwriting Competition and the 2017 Kerrville New Folk Contest. Kilgore has been featured in New York City's Lincoln Center, the Kennedy Center in Washington, and all kinds of other places. So it sounds like a really great evening. Okay, so let's go to a few more things. Humor, Laughter, and Well-Being is a workshop. It's going to be held on March 19th. This is being sponsored by CASIC, and it's going to be held at the Salvation Army over on Main Street in Jamestown, $55 registration fee. And the instructor will be Jane Fisher. Then a new one, I've Seen Bigfoot. We have a slide 24 on that one. All right, this is going to be held from 6 to 8 p.m. Got to register by the 21st, and I'm trying to see where it's going to be held. It's going to be held. Yeah, I'm looking really fast here. I think it's in Quarry. Let's see. Help me, guys. Where's it being held? Well, anyways, Pete Weimer is going to be on my show later on this spring.
I think it's the We Want You Cottages.
It's going to be held. All right, it's going to be at the We Want You Cottages in Mayville. Okay, I have to look at it. And they got 36 eyewitnesses have seen Bigfoot sighting from Chautauqua County, 8 from Cattaraugus County, and more than a dozen from Warren County. So sounds like a lot of fun, and I had to get him on my show, so I can't wait to talk to Pete more about Bigfoot. So I've seen Bigfoot, March 25. Check it out. There's the poster for you. I'm sure there's going to be more. Oh, all right. Let me see here. Flapjack fundraiser, March 23rd, up at Dunkirk for the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation. Mark your calendar, March 23rd from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's going to be a fundraiser for those folks. Tickets are tickets are $6, and then you got raffle prizes and tickets for that. We'll talk more about that next week. Then coming up on the 24th, you got the annual Maple Sugar Party, okay? And that's going to be held right here in Mayville at the Mayville United Methodist Church. And that's the one I told you I was going to play at. And that's going to be from 3 to 5, I believe. And they are going to be giving away maple sugar. Girl Scout cookie season, get your cookies. We already got ours. And I think we're going to stop right there. I'm out of breath, and I want to have more time for my guests. So let's go to a service announcement, public service announcement. Take it away, Jeff, and we'll be right back.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
All right, we're back, and I'm happy to welcome back to the show Alicia Ekstrom from the Chautauqua Center. You were on the show about a year ago.
Yes.
And I think we even said, well, we'd like to come back in a year and talk about what's going on. And a whole lot's been going on. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So welcome back. And Alicia, where do you come from and all that stuff? What's your background?
So I'm originally from Buffalo, New York.
We're in Buffalo.
Lakeview.
Oh.
Right in Hamburg.
South Towns.
Yes.
I'm from
South
Buffalo.
Towns.
I'm right in the city. Okay.
Not the North Towns.
South Towns. Okay.
Yep. I moved here 3 years ago, and I started working for the Chautauqua Center back in August of 2015.
So you've been there. So, but was that in the same role as you are now, or something different?
No, I was actually the office manager prior to this position. And then about a year and a half ago, I transitioned into the marketing and recruiting role. So
marketing and recruiting. Okay, marketing I get because that's what we do here, obviously. Half the show seems to be marketing today, helping out folks, and that's just fine. But what do you recruit for?
Oh gosh, what don't we recruit for?
I mean, are these for like positions or?
Yes, for employment. So I recruit for doctors, dentists, physicians, family practice physicians, care coordinators, bilingual care coordinators, administrative assistants, patient specialists, patient registration specialists.
Holy mackerel.
Yes, so, right now we're currently looking for psychiatrists, full-time psychiatrists.
Oh, good luck. When I was in education, there was like one psychiatrist in the whole county.
It is tough, yes, yeah. You got to put your creative thinking cap on. Psychiatric nurse practitioners, dentists we're looking for right now, administrative assistant in Jamestown, a pediatrician.
So, obviously, everything you just listed is in the medical field.
Correct.
When you hear the term Chautauqua Center, it kind of makes you think, well, what is the Chautauqua Center? So what's the elevator spiel that you would give somebody as you're going up an elevator? Where's the Chautauqua Center?
So the shortened version is we're a one-stop shop for all for medical services and dental services, behavioral health services. We do care coordination as well. So we have individuals that will provide translation services, and they'll go to a patient's home and do they'll do vitals and do more of like a reverse telehealth. That's something that we just started doing. They're kind of like the gears that are keeping the Chautauqua Center going and making sure patients aren't slipping through the cracks. We also have dental services for all ages. We do women's health services.
Wow.
We do birth control. We do STD treatment and testing. We do it all.
Okay, so Chautauqua Center is been around for how long?
Since January of 2013.
So the new kid on the block, basically. I mean, even though it's going on 6 years, I mean, when you hear the various names of the hospitals, and we were talking before the show, I mean, for instance, Westwood Memorial's been around for 50 years, or no, 75 years. I don't even know how long WCA's been around, but I mean, these are well-established medical facilities. Why the Chautauqua Center? Why was it created?
Well, back in 2010, the Health Foundation of Western and Central New York, they did an assessment to see where there was a need for an FQHC. And Chautauqua County was one of the most needed.
Now, wait a minute, you just said something. The what? There was a need for something QC.
FQHC, a federally qualified.
FQHC. Okay, federally qualified. Go ahead, keep going.
Health center.
So, what is a federally qualified health center then?
A federally qualified healthcare center is, well, we're funded by grants, and we're also funded by the state. So we're a nonprofit, but we also are an FQHC where we're provided money from the state to keep our doors running.
So this is obviously very different than a hospital.
Yes.
Because you are FQHC, and hospitals aren't, right? That's
Correct.
a different category altogether.
And FQHC, so for a federally qualified health center, we provide options for our patients. So we're a little bit unique in the sense that we don't turn anyone away. We see everyone and anyone that comes through the doors. We accept all insurance types. We offer a sliding fee scale that goes by an individual's annual income and the number of people that are in their family to provide a discount for services. We provide options for our patients. So we want to make sure that they're coming through the doors and they're leaving with the care that they needed, or at least answering their questions and making sure that we provide answers for them and that they're leaving happy, hopefully.
Okay, so I'm going to push a little deeper on this. So I've already said there's 4 hospitals in the county. So what's the need in the county? Why aren't the hospitals taking care of all that stuff? I mean, obviously there are some things that you offer here that hospitals don't. For instance, dental, I suspect, and where was the other one? Translation services and things like that. So, I mean, those are, and behavioral, I think you mentioned. So those are a little different, but they're not, is there like gaps? Is that where Chautauqua Center comes in?
Yeah, I think so. I think that there's just gaps, but also we're unique in that we're that one-stop shop where I guess there isn't a facility around the area that has the behavioral health, that has the dental services, and we really try to encompass the holistic approach. So not just focusing on the specific diagnosis, but we want to we're moving towards an integrated approach, meaning, if someone comes through the doors and they see the dentist, but then, they say that they're experiencing, they've been feeling depressed or they're feeling anxious, then we immediately will get one of our social workers or one of our behavioral health staff that will assist at that time. And so it's more of just encompassing the holistic approach and the person as a whole.
Now, in my mind, a one-stop is you register, you come in and you do whatever you do, the paperwork. And are there a series of questions that you ask the patient beyond what their concern is that day? Is that kind of how you kind of determine some other possible services?
Yep. So, and being that we're a federally qualified healthcare center, we're also required to ask a certain number, well, not a certain number, but certain questions rather that.
Like what?
So, and some of them are personal, but we have, what is your ethnicity? What is your sexual orientation? What is your income level? So questions like that typically you may not be asked at a private practice or at the hospital, but it's because we are an FQHC.
And it would seem like if you know this information, you may know of services that you can connect them to because of that, perhaps? For instance, income-based or whatever, or the translation services and things.
If they don't have insurance, when we ask if they have insurance and they don't have insurance, we have certified application assisters, certified application counselors, that will help them with insurance. So they'll set them up with insurance through the New York State Marketplace.
Okay.
So we have those at both ends in Dunkirk and Jamestown.
I don't know if you can answer this question because there's probably no way to answer this question, but well, let's take a shot at it. In your experience so far, since you've been there for a number of years now, are there a lot of people that show up with no insurance?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, there are.
So if you have no insurance and you need some type of medical care, so let's I don't know, let's pick one, dental. My understanding is if you let your teeth go, that's opening yourself up to all kinds of health issues down the road. Okay, so if you need work on your teeth, you don't have insurance, and a lot of people don't have, I don't have dental insurance. So how do you help them?
So if they don't have insurance, if it's more of an acute type of patient, if it's more of an emergency type of patient or appointment where there's a cracked tooth and they need to be seen immediately, then what they'll do is they'll fill out the sliding fee, and there's an application for our sliding fee scale. And what will happen is there's a series of questions. They'll be asked their name, location, and then also how they where their income is coming from, if there is any income.
Do they have
so
to
they'll
verify
provide
that?
They do, yes. Okay. So they have to verify by providing proof of payment or proof of pay stubs.
What if they're unemployed?
If they're unemployed, then they'll
perhaps they're getting like unemployment insurance payments?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So they have a series of days, I think it's 10 days, 10 to 12 days that they have to provide proof of that. That application will be forwarded to our billers, and then the billers will then contact the patient.
Okay.
But if they do come through the doors and it's more of an appointment that is to be set up within the next month or so, then they'll speak with a certified application counselor. Our staff, our registration staff will get one of them, and they'll schedule an appointment within that week.
You mentioned translation services, and that piques my interest because we have a large bilingual community in Chautauqua County. So what languages do you cover? Obviously, Spanish.
Yes, we cover the majority of Spanish. Yes, we have 40% of our patients are Hispanic, so we have bilingual representatives in each department.
Very good.
And it's more so to really make that appointment and that connection with the provider just more of a personable experience, because there are so many dialects of Spanish. So we provide that in each department.
All right, so Chautauqua Center is not just one place though, right? It's not just one location. Where are the locations?
Oh wow, we have many locations.
I don't know that. I thought there was like 2.
Well, we have 6 offices right now.
Have you grown
more
since last year?
Well, it's administration offices
Okay.
are included in that. But we have we have our pediatric office that we just opened in Dunkirk about over a year ago. Then we have our primary care office in Dunkirk, as well as our dental office in Dunkirk.
Now those are 3 separate locations?
Yes, and within our primary care and dental, there's behavioral health offices intermingled.
All right, so for those that are listening that are interested in the Dunkirk locations, where is the pediatrics, or am I putting you on the spot?
No,
Oh,
no.
you got it? Okay, got it. A lot of people say, I know it's over on Main Street, whatever. So where's the pediatric in Dunkirk?
Pediatric site is on 1134 Central Avenue. It's right across from the Hamburg Fairgrounds. I'm thinking Buffalo. the Dunkirk Fairgrounds.
Oh,
It's right
okay.
across the
I know what
street
you
from
mean.
there.
Okay. And primary?
Primary care is on 319 Central Avenue.
So all in Central. And the third one?
And dental is 314, which is right across the street.
Okay. And so are you in the phone book? How do they get the phone numbers for all this?
So we have our Facebook page that we have our locations on, our website that viewers can look on, and then also on Google if you Google us.
Now, being a one-stop, do you have like one number that they can call in the county?
We have a call center, and we have 2 phone numbers.
Okay.
So 363-6050 is
Whoa,
Dunkirk.
363, go ahead,
6050.
6050. So 363-6050 is Dunkirk.
Yep.
Okay, and Jamestown?
Jamestown is 484 4334. And our pediatric site, we have 366 6036.
Got it. Okay. Sometimes people do follow up with us on this. Now that's Dunkirk and then one in Jamestown. So what do you have so that's 3 sites in Dunkirk. And what else you got?
And then we have, well, actually, and then our admin office is in Dunkirk as well. So that's 4 offices. And then we have our Jamestown site right now temporarily is on 110 East 4th Street. So right across from the YMCA in Jamestown. And we're located in the county building on the 1st floor. And then we also have an admin office right around the corner. And then we have a future new site that's currently
we're gonna talk about that here.
going up right now. We're in the building phases, and that's going to be on 107 Institute Street.
In near Brooklyn Square, you said, right?
Yep, right behind Big Lots.
Wow. All right. So, right now there it is. There's a picture.
Yes,
Jeff
that's
popped that
the
up for us.
current as of yesterday.
All right. So last time you were on the show, I think you said we're going to be building, and there it is. I'm looking at. Let me guess now. There's a main floor, and then there was 3 floors above it.
Yes, yeah. So we have the first level, which is actually going to be a parking area for our patients. And then the second level is going to be our clinical space. So we'll have behavioral health, dental, and behavioral and primary care.
Okay, when you say behavioral, what do we mean by behavioral health?
Behavioral health, yes, that's pretty broad. So we have psychiatric services, we have social workers, licensed master social workers, we have an art therapist, and the way that appointments do work in that behavioral health department is that someone that is interested, they'll see the social worker first, and then they'll see the psychiatrist if if that's needed.
Okay, so that's the second floor. And the third floor?
The third
Your
floor.
office.
Well, actually, nope.
Nope.
The third floor is, I know that there's going to be some training rooms. And I don't know all of the third floor. That's kind of a mystery to
To
me.
be determined. That's up to the bosses.
Yes, but then the 4th floor is going to be admin and more of like billing department, marketing, recruiting. We're going to have a community kitchen.
Okay, there's a picture of the finished product.
That's going to be the finished product.
All
and
right.
then our pharmacy is also going to be on site, but I don't know exactly where that's
Lots of
going at the
glass,
moment.
looks like, and it's a brick
Yeah,
building.
lots of windows.
Now the parking underneath, you said, very nice. So, and you said there was going to be what else? You
A
said
pharmacy on
pharmacy.
site. So we actually right now are providing pharmacy services. We have a carrier that's actually going out into the community and delivering medications to the public, to our patients' homes, or they can come in and pick up their medications as well.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah.
Woo! That's a lot going on at the same time. They keep you busy, I suspect, and you're
Yes.
trying to fill quite a few of those positions. Okay, you mentioned women's health. Okay, again, a broad topic. What kind of services do you cover there? Because I know this is a little bit of an anthem that I've had for Chautauqua County, and this has been an area that I know is underserved in our county. And so, what do you mean by women's health?
Women's health, so we can do their annual pap smear. If someone is pregnant, we do pregnancy tests.
Okay.
We do STD treatment and testing. And we can see individuals for that as young as 12 years old.
Okay.
So
Now, you don't deliver babies there.
no, we do not deliver
Okay,
babies.
again, I think maybe, and I'm not putting words into your mouth here, but are we thinking more clinic versus hospital? Would that be a better term for us to
Yeah, I think,
think
yeah.
in terms of someplace to get your checkups and things? But
Yes.
as far as surgeries, deliveries, and invasive procedures, that would be more hospital. Do you work with
We
all?
do birth control as well.
Birth control,
So
okay.
we'll do the IUD insertions,
Okay.
Nexplanon.
So then, do you work with all the hospitals? Do you refer out, or is that up to the patient to make those connections for pregnancy?
I know that our providers do refer out for, yes, for like an OBGYN. And with that being said, maybe down the road we may have OBGYN services, but right now we don't. So.
All right, that is one heck of a big building in Jamestown, okay? Now, in Dunkirk, you just have smaller parts that are similar to that if you put it all together would be about the same, or?
Yes, yeah, right now we're kind of all spread out in Dunkirk. However, our goal is to be all under one roof.
So another
at one
building
point.
perhaps?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We just got to find the space.
This is all in relatively short period of time.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Now, as far as the structure goes, because some people, they might have some questions about, do you have a board of directors? How does that all work?
Yes, yeah. So everything that's approved goes through our board of directors, and a certain number, a certain percentage rather, over 50% of our board are patients as well. So.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
While I was talking, a question came up. Do you have vision care?
No, not at this time.
No vision care. Okay. So that might be an area that you might tackle down the road. Okay. So you mentioned the term telehealth. Are you doing telehealth, or you said reverse telehealth? So what do you
Yeah,
mean by
this
that?
is very new for the Chautauqua Center, but we just started doing, it's kind of like reverse telehealth, I like to put it, where our care coordinators will go into our patient's home, and for anyone that is more homebound and that can't come to the clinic, but we have care coordinators that will come and they'll provide, they'll do vitals, they'll take their vitals, so their blood pressure, they'll do their heart rate, and then they'll enter that information into our system. And then I'm still learning more about the telehealth portion, but
the reason why I'm in deep thought because my dad lived in Buffalo, and I want to say a visiting nurses type service would come to his house and do the exact same thing. Take his weight, take his blood pressure, they put it into a little gizmo, and then they would be all recorded. They even left him a console for him to put things into. They would call him up. So it's sort of along those lines where they're tracking seniors or anybody that's homebound, perhaps?
Yep, not necessarily seniors, but anyone that may be homebound, yeah.
Okay, great. All right, we have a slew of pictures that we really should take time to take a look at. So Jeff, if you can just start in any old order, I guess, the first picture through, and we're going to discuss them. And for our listeners, we're going to try to describe them the best we can. Okay, right now I'm looking at large bags of stuff.
So each year we have, beginning of last year, we started our Share the Warmth drive, and we have tons of donations of gently used or new winter clothing attire. So mittens, gloves, scarves, hats. We have tons right now still. So if anyone is in need, I know this morning was 12 degrees, and who knows when spring will come. So if anyone is in need, feel free to come to any of the locations that we announced earlier, because we have tons that we
So
can
at the
give
moment
you.
you're good as far as donations?
Donations, yes, we're
Okay.
good, yeah.
Because, I'm a Rotarian, and we're always looking for service projects, so keep us in mind. All right, next picture. It looks like a meeting room with a bunch of ladies staring back at me.
I just included a couple pictures of our providers. So this is actually all of our dental staff. We just had our retreat recently, and that's one of the perks about working at the Chautauqua Center. We have a family-friendly culture at all centers, and I can honestly say that we like to have fun. We're down to business too. We stick to business, and of course, provide care for our patients is the most important. But we really try to have a family-friendly dynamic, and so this is our dental team.
Okay. And they all look very relaxed. Okay, we have a picture now of
Yes.
a large group of people, maybe about 15 people,
Yeah.
all congregated in front of what looks like a big fireplace.
Yes, we went to Camp Bethany for our retreat, and these are all of our providers, or most of them at least.
When you say provider, what do you mean by provider?
We have, so some of them are our psychiatrist, our psychiatric nurse practitioner in there, and then we have our family nurse practitioners, our medical doctors, and PAs as well, and then also our pediatrician, I see, and our chief medical officer, Dr. Tatsum Lee.
So everybody's dressed down, relaxed, and
Yeah.
everybody's smiling. And this was another one of those kind of workshop type things?
So our CEO, Mike Pease, each year in the winter and in the summer, it's more of a thank you to our staff, and it's more of a day of fun. So because we're always communicating via the computer or through the phone, it's just a nice way to get to know coworkers, and we play games. We go on zip lining before we go to Waldemere.
Hey!
And then, of
that's
course,
what
we
should
do meetings in the morning.
All the Chautauqua Sunrise Crew. Let's go zip lining. Wouldn't that be fun?
It is fun.
No?
Yeah.
I can see me stuck in the middle of this long line. Randy taking pictures of me. I heard that laugh. So you have a lot of fun together. Okay,
Yes.
we have another picture of people in, looks like
Tuxedos.
black shirts with
Tuxedos.
pink tuxedo fronts on them. Very pink
Yes.
and black. What's the celebration?
So each year we have two main events, two big events, this being our Mammogrammies event. So we give clinical breast exams and free mammograms to the public. It's free to attend for all. We have a Chinese auction, music, food, and then of course local organizations that come, and more so for the public also to know what is out there. What
So the people
organizations
we're
are.
looking at right now are staff?
Yes, yeah, we have some of our care coordinators, we have our front office manager, and then patient registration specialists.
Okay. So it's sort of an event. And this probably would have been in October, perhaps?
Correct, yes.
See,
It's
we
held in
talk
October
about
each
that
year.
Women's Health here as well in October. All right, what else we got? Oh, come
And
on.
then this is our other event, our Family Fun Day event, which is our largest event. As you can see, the
Where's that
line that's
held?
forming,
Where is
or that
this?
formed. So that's at the Gateway Center. We partner with the Gateway Center in Jamestown, and then in Dunkirk, the Salvation Army. And last year, we had over 1,000 attend. What we do is we give away free backpacks and school supplies to the children in the community. So it's not necessarily just our patients, it's open to anyone. We have food, we do face painting. Last year,
How much does it cost to go to this thing?
it's free. It's
Free?
Yeah, and we have about 40 plus local organizations that will come from Buffalo and then also locally. But it's a really good event.
I mentioned
Everyone
Rotary,
has
didn't I,
fun.
already once? Rotary twice.
Yeah.
You need help, let me know, because we have a bunch of Rotary clubs in the area that would love to do service, help you guys out.
I will keep you in
So
mind.
there's face painting, there's food, it's like a big picnic. And what, is that in the summertime, I'm
It's in the
assuming?
summer. It's during our National Health Centers Week, so it's every August.
All right, so here's your
And this is just to
FQHC
promote-
official
yeah.
picture. So who are these ladies and why are they holding up those letters?
Well, more so I put this picture on to explain what FQHC is. But we have our social worker to the left, Nikki Pitts. We have Giori, who's one of our physician assistants. We also have Mickey, who is our nurse. She's more triages the nursing phone calls in our call center. And then Nani, who is our care coordinator.
How come you're always on this side of the camera?
It's okay, we'll keep it that way.
I keep asking, where's Alicia? She's not in these pictures. Okay, so where was I going with this? We have any other pictures? I don't know. Have we run out or? Oh, there's more. Okay.
Oh, and then this is also to let viewers know that we are providing pharmacy services and that we're offering medications delivered directly to our clinic or at home at their convenience.
All right, now hang on a minute. You're delivering prescriptions to people's homes?
Correct, yes.
Is there a charge for that?
No, no.
What? I keep saying what? I mean, I've never heard of these services before being offered to folks. All right, so let me roll back that question a little bit. So if there's somebody that needs pharmacy, they need a prescription filled or whatever, they would contact the pharmacy. Is the pharmacy up and running yet?
So we don't actually have a site, or it's more pharmacy services that are in our Dunkirk and Jamestown locations, just given that we don't have space at the moment.
All right.
But yes, our Jamestown site will have an actual pharmacy department.
Because that is huge to me to have that delivery service. I remember, once again, because I have to refer to people I've known in my life, but I've known some elderly folks that had a trudge in the wintertime, get it, and then people are listening, probably are relating to this. They had to put, get on their winter stuff. They had to go and, go to the pharmacy and so forth to get their pills and then come home again. And that's just a lot of work for them. All right. So when you say it's delivered to your home, is it mailed? Is it personally delivered?
Personally delivered. Yep. We have
anywhere in the county.
Yes, and our carrier, or one of the staff that is doing that, he's actually bilingual as well, and so he can assist with those that speak Spanish and those that speak English as well.
Do you realize after the show that thing could blow up now? I mean, that's a huge
probably,
service.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that's going to be expensive. But all right, so I'm going to ask you a tough question now. All right, so well knowing that somebody's got to get in a vehicle and they got to drive around delivering this stuff, who pays for that mileage? I mean, is that through your grants and things like that?
It's through a grant, yes.
Awesome, awesome.
And if any viewers do have questions about their medications, we do have a pharmacist that is happy to help with answering those questions. If they call one of those main numbers, and they'll get transferred to the pharmacy department, and they'll be able to help answer those questions if need be.
Question always comes up, well, I'm on this insurance or that insurance, I'm a Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. I mean, does that you deal with all those?
Yep, we
You're so
don't
calm
turn.
about it.
I'm not making
we got
this
you.
up.
We got this covered. This is pretty stellar. Okay, Jeff, are we out of pictures now? Yeah. Okay. No, I got my earpiece in here. He's yelling through the wall. Okay. Wow, this is all right. So, why did Chautauqua County qualify to be a federally qualified health center site? Because of poverty, of age, or what goes into that? Can you speak to that?
More so, we serve the underserved population as well as everyone and anyone, like I said. So we have, we see students from the local colleges, and with that assessment that was done back in 2010, it did determine that there was a definite need in the area.
Okay. You hit on students in college, and I've been into a couple presentations from folks at JCC and others, and students very often are hugely in need of all kinds of services.
Yep.
They're working part-time jobs to stay in school, and they don't have money for their meds, or they're not taking care of whatever they need to take care of, and they're kind of a susceptible, vulnerable population, aren't they, as well as seniors?
Yep.
Alicia, I know this seems impossible to tell you, but we're down to like our last minute here.
Oh, wow. That flew.
So how about some phone numbers and anything else that you want to tell folks? I'll be quiet.
Phone number 363-6050 or 484-4334 if you are interested in primary care, behavioral health services, and or dental. And then our pediatric site is 366-6036.
I was going to say 6.
No. Lots of 3s and
6036. Okay.
Yes.
And so for people listening, what should they know about the services that are offered? Is it to everybody, or?
It's for anyone of all ages, and you don't necessarily have to receive all 3. You can come in just for dental, or you can come in for behavioral health and dental, or just primary care. We don't turn anyone away, and we're accepting all new patients at any time and with no wait. So. Okay.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in today, and you're going to come back in the fall.
We are.
And you're going to tell us all about the new building and some really cool pictures, right?
Yep. The new building is supposed to be up and running in September. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Okay, we'll give you some time. All right, folks, my guest today has been Alicia Ekstrom. She is the recruiting and marketing specialist. I didn't ask you that part. Specialist from the Chautauqua Center. And I hope you learned something about the Chautauqua Center. I'm duly impressed, and I think there is a need for that. And so we're going to be here next Saturday from 9 to 10 live right here at Access Chautauqua. So have a lovely, warmer weekend, and hopefully when I talk to you next, maybe some of the flowers will start popping up. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.